Join the Adam Galaxy live streams for more cool content. The history of 3D movies is a testament to the cyclical nature of technological innovation, marked by periods of rapid advancement, widespread adoption, and eventual decline. From its humble beginnings in the early 20th century to its modern-day resurgence and subsequent fall from grace, 3D cinema has consistently pushed the boundaries of visual storytelling while grappling with the challenges of audience expectations and technological limitations. This cinematic journey began in the early 1900s with rudimentary attempts at creating the illusion of depth using stereoscopic photography and anaglyph glasses with their distinctive red and blue lenses. These early experiments, while technically impressive for their time, were often hampered by issues like image ghosting, eye strain, and a limited understanding of how to effectively utilize the technology for storytelling. Despite these challenges, the allure of 3D persisted, driving further experimentation and refinement of the technology. The 1950s saw a resurgence of interest in 3D, fueled by a desire to offer audiences a more immersive alternative to the burgeoning popularity of television. This era witnessed the release of several iconic 3D films that captivated audiences with their novelty and spectacle, ushering in what is often referred to as the golden age of 3D. However, this period of enthusiasm proved to be relatively short-lived, as limitations in technology, high production costs, and a lack of standardization eventually led to a decline in 3D's popularity. The seeds of 3D filmmaking were sown in the early 20th century, captivating audiences worldwide. Inventors and filmmakers began experimenting with ways to replicate three-dimensionality on the silver screen. These pioneers laid the groundwork for 3D technology. Frederick Eugene Ives played a pivotal role in stereoscopic photography and printing. Ives developed a system for capturing stereoscopic images using a special camera with two lenses. His chromoscope allowed viewers to experience three-dimensionality through a stereoscope. Ives's work laid the foundation for future advancements in stereoscopic motion pictures. William Friese Greene experimented with colored filters and special glasses to create a 3D effect. Early experiments showed the potential to revolutionize the cinematic experience. These pioneers planted the seeds for a cinematic revolution, captivating audiences for decades to come. Despite the initial excitement surrounding early 3D experiments, the technology faced significant hurdles. Limitations in camera and projection technology and technical challenges made it difficult to create an enjoyable 3D experience. Interest in 3D waned, relegating it to novelty acts and scientific curiosities. Despite these challenges, the allure of 3D never entirely faded. Filmmakers continued to tinker with the technology, laying the groundwork for a resurgence in 3D cinema. The seeds of a technological renaissance were already being sown. The mid-20th century saw significant advancements in film technology. Innovations in color film, widescreen formats, and sound systems paved the way for 3D cinema's return. Polarized light technology was a key development for 3D filmmaking. Unlike anaglyph systems, polarized light maintained color fidelity. Edwin H. Land's work was instrumental in creating immersive 3D experiences. New camera and projection technologies made 3D films more accessible. These advancements set the stage for a revival of 3D cinema. The 1950s marked a turning point in the history of 3D cinema, often hailed as the golden age of 3D new technologies, and a desire to rival television set the stage for a memorable era of 3D cinematic wonder. Hollywood studios used 3D to combat the rising popularity of television. 3D offered an experience that couldn't be replicated at home, luring audiences back to theaters. Polarized light technology by Edwin H. Land made full-color 3D projection possible. This breakthrough paved the way for a more immersive and enjoyable viewing experience. The golden age of 3D was marked by a wave of films that capitalized on the novelty and immersive qualities of the technology. Horror, adventure, and science fiction emerged as popular choices, offering filmmakers ample opportunities to push the boundaries of 3D. House of Wax from 1953, starring Vincent Price, was iconic for its groundbreaking use of 3D. From a terrifying paddleball sequence to a climactic chase scene, it captivated audiences. Creature from the Black Lagoon from 1954 transported audiences to the Amazon rainforest. Its underwater sequences showcased 3D's immersive qualities, making viewers feel as though they were swimming alongside the creature. Beyond horror and sci-fi, 3D was used in musicals, westerns, and historical epics, with varying success. Despite the initial enthusiasm surrounding 3D cinema's resurgence in the 1950s, the golden age of 3D proved short-lived. By the late 1950s, public fascination waned and 3D movie attendance declined. Technical limitations, high production costs, and a lack of standardization contributed to this decline. The need for two projectors running in perfect synchronization often resulted in blurry images and headaches for viewers. High costs and inconsistent viewing experiences made 3D screenings complex and expensive. Audiences began to prefer well-crafted stories over technological gimmicks, leading to a decline in demand for 3D films. As the dust settled on the first 3D boom, the technology retreated to the fringes of mainstream cinema. The 1960s and 1970s saw sporadic attempts to revive 3D, often driven by independent filmmakers. Films like The Stewardesses and Andy Warhol's Frankenstein experimented with new 3D techniques but met with mixed success. Beneath these attempts, advancements in film stock, camera technology, and projection systems were quietly laying the groundwork for a more robust 3D experience. The development of single-strip 3D film formats offered a more practical approach to 3D filmmaking. Filmmakers began to explore new ways to utilize 3D as a storytelling tool, moving beyond past gimmicks. Amidst sporadic attempts to revive 3D, IMAX emerged, altering the landscape of immersive entertainment. Founded in 1967, IMAX created a cinematic experience with 70mm film stock, specialized projection technology, and massive screens. In 1986, IMAX unveiled their first 3D film, Transitions, captivating audiences with its stunning visuals. IMAX's large-format film system minimized eye strain and discomfort, creating a sense of depth and realism. Audiences were transported into the heart of the action, enveloped by a world beyond the screen. IMAX 3D became synonymous with high-quality educational entertainment. Films like Into the Deep and The Living Sea captivated audiences with their breathtaking 3D effects. Despite IMAX 3D's success in documentaries, it remained absent from mainstream Hollywood productions in the 1980s and 1990s. High production costs and limited IMAX theaters made it a niche format. However, digital filmmaking and projection technology advancements offered new possibilities for 3D films. Digital projectors displayed bright, high-resolution images, enhancing the 3D viewing experience. CGI opened up new possibilities for creating stunning 3D effects. As the 20th century closed, 3D cinema stood poised for a comeback, fueled by technological advancements and a new generation of filmmakers. As the new millennium dawned, digital filmmaking and projection technologies became more affordable and accessible. This digital revolution breathed new life into 3D cinema. Digital projectors offered brighter, sharper, and more comfortable 3D viewing experiences. The shift to digital projection simplified the exhibition process, reducing technical difficulties. Audiences, accustomed to sophisticated visual effects, were primed for a more engaging cinematic experience. The stage was set for a 3D resurgence, awaiting a visionary filmmaker to ignite the public's imagination. In 2009, James Cameron unleashed Avatar, redefining 3D cinema. Cameron envisioned a fully immersive experience, transporting audiences to Pandora. Avatar captivated audiences with its groundbreaking visuals and immersive 3D experience. The film's use of 3D was integral to the storytelling, blending live action and CGI seamlessly. Avatar shattered box office records, becoming the highest-grossing film of all time. Cameron's masterpiece reignited Hollywood's interest in 3D, signaling a new era for the format. Avatar's success triggered a mad dash to embrace 3D filmmaking. Studios greenlit a slew of 3D productions, from blockbusters to animated films. The animation industry, already working in CGI, embraced 3D with ease. Pixar, Disney, and DreamWorks released successful 3D animated features, solidifying 3D's place in the mainstream. Live-action films also saw a surge in 3D productions, with varying degrees of success. The rapid expansion of 3D-equipped theaters worldwide seemed to cement 3D cinema's future. The rapid proliferation of 3D led to concerns of overuse and abuse. Critics argued that many films were retrofitted for 3D to charge higher ticket prices, resulting in subpar experiences. The practice of 3D conversion often resulted in artificiality that detracted from the viewing experience. Audiences grew reluctant to pay a premium for inconsistent 3D technology. The 3D boom showed signs of fatigue, with audiences demanding quality and immersion. The industry faced the challenge of proving 3D cinema's rightful place in filmmaking's future. The initial euphoria surrounding 3D cinema began to wane as the novelty wore off. Audiences grew weary of dim projections, uncomfortable eyewear, and underwhelming 3D conversions. Studios rushed to convert 2D films to 3D, often with little regard for artistic integrity. This resulted in a glut of poorly converted 3D films that detracted from storytelling. Audiences questioned the value of 3D compared to well-crafted 2D films. While some films demonstrated 3D's potential, many struggled to attract audiences willing to pay a premium. The decline of 3D cinema in the mid-2010s was a stark reminder of the fickle nature of technological trends in the entertainment industry. Just as the advent of television had once posed an existential threat to Hollywood, the rise of streaming services and mobile devices presented new challenges for traditional cinema, diverting audiences' attention and altering their consumption habits. The convenience and affordability of streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu, which offered a vast library of content accessible on demand, chipped away at the traditional theatrical window, making it easier than ever for audiences to enjoy high-quality entertainment from the comfort of their homes. This shift in viewing habits had a particularly significant impact on 3D cinema, as the immersive qualities of the format were often lost on smaller screens and less sophisticated home theater setups. Furthermore, the proliferation of smartphones and tablets provided audiences with an ever-present source of entertainment and distraction. The rise of mobile gaming, social media, and short-form video content captured the attention of younger generations who were less likely to seek out the communal experience of watching a film in a theater, let alone paying a premium for 3D. In this rapidly evolving entertainment landscape, 3D cinema found itself struggling to compete for attention. The novelty had worn off, the limitations were apparent, and audiences had a growing array of alternative entertainment options at their fingertips. Section 3. The price of immersion. The decline of three-dimensional cinema was influenced by the costs for exhibitors and audiences. Upgrading to three-dimensional capable equipment and maintaining glasses remained significant. Many theaters reduced three-dimensional screenings or abandoned the format. Audiences found higher ticket prices hard to justify. The novelty wore off, and quality became inconsistent. Declining attendance led to fewer screenings, diminishing interest. The three-dimensional boom lost its momentum, leaving unrealized potential. Section 1. The evolution of immersive technology. Immersive technology is evolving, transforming how we experience visual media. Traditional 3D screenings may decline, but the desire for immersive experiences remains. Innovations in digital technology push the boundaries of audience engagement. Three-dimensional technology will transform and integrate with new media forms. Higher resolution displays and frame rates enhance visual clarity. These advancements make 3D effects more seamless and comfortable. Glasses-free 3D displays are becoming more accessible. Integrating 3D with 4K and HDR delivers richer, detailed images. This combination creates realism, especially in specialized fields. 3D technology continues to evolve and find new applications. The potential for immersive experiences remains vast. Leveraging advancements can overcome past limitations for immersive storytelling. Section 2. The role of virtual reality and augmented reality. VR and AR represent the next frontier for immersive experiences with significant implications for three-dimensional technology. These mediums offer interactivity and immersion, allowing users to engage with their environments in new ways. As VR and AR technology advances, they will redefine three-dimensional content creation and consumption. VR provides a fully immersive experience by enveloping the user in a 360-degree virtual environment. AR overlays digital content onto the real world, blending virtual elements with the physical environment. This technology enhances real-world interactions in gaming, navigation, education, and retail. VR and AR will shape the future of three-dimensional content, moving beyond traditional screens and cinemas. The future of three-dimensional in cinema and beyond. The future of three-dimensional cinema is about transformation, not extinction. Three-dimensional principles continue to enhance new media and entertainment. Its future lies in adapting to emerging technologies for immersive experiences. High-budget films can still benefit from three-dimensional technology. Directors like James Cameron show there's still a place for thoughtful three-dimensional use. Future advancements could revive interest in three-dimensional cinema. Three-dimensional technology will continue to evolve, creating richer experiences.